Thanks for joining my Lady D review series, where we dive deep into the world of movies, music, TV, and more. I'm your host, Deltra Williams, aka Lady D Enterprises, publicist, author, story editor, and aspiring writer. So grab your popcorn, tune in, and let's get this review party started. So today, I'm reviewing the movie Abigail. Okay, so Abigail is about these, I would say, seedy crooks, low-life crooks, who are hired to kidnap the daughter of this well-known criminal of the underworld. And she's a ballerina. She's 12 years old, but she happens to be a vampire too. So it's a whole lot that's going on with that. So that's all I'm going to give you. So you got to watch it, all right? So what I loved about it is they had Gus Fring. Okay, that's not his name, but for anybody who's a fan of Breaking Bad, that's that's what I call him. Like, I love Breaking Bad, but he played the character Gus Fring, so they had him in it. So I really enjoyed that. Also, I love how it wasn't too much CGI. I feel like with a lot of these movies, having too much of that, it doesn't make it realistic. It's like, okay, clearly I can see this is CGI. Okay, all right, whatever, So I like how they didn't do too much to it. So it made it more like, oh, okay, it made it more believable. So I enjoyed that. I also enjoyed how they killed off the black man second. He wasn't the first one, because sometimes in these movies that the black man be killed off first, so at least they killed him off second. So that I appreciate that. I also loved the special effects, the makeup that they did, especially when the blonde girl was bit and then she transformed into a vampire and Abigail was controlling her. And then I love how they made that connection. Like, you can clearly see, okay, this is a vampire. So that was done well. And speaking of that scene, I actually love that scene, how they had the music. So they had Abigail moving, then they had the blonde girl moving, and I just love that scene. Like, you made that connection, like, oh, okay, now she's turning into a vampire. So I appreciate that. It also gave a little bit like a Panic Room, the cadence of that. If anybody watched that movie, a little bit of Scary Movie without the parody, and I enjoyed that. So those are the things that I loved about it. Everything flowed well. The dialogue was cool. The cast meshed well. So I really, really enjoyed that. And now what I didn't like is, so for the black man, okay, I said before that, that was cool, they killed him second, but he's like a military person, so I'm thinking, okay, yeah, he gonna be out here shooting and killing people, and he gonna go out in a blaze of glory, and then they just killed him off. Like, the way they killed him, like he just stepped into a room and then he's dead. I'm like, really? Y'all gonna do my brother like that? Like, y'all couldn't just give him a Denzel moment or anything? Y'all just took the man on out. I also felt like the last fighting scene was way too long. Like, they drug that out too long. I felt like they could have cut that. That was just too long for me. But I get how they had Abigail and the main female lead come together to, I guess, kill or attack the new villain. So I get why they did that, but it was just too long. Also, they gave away who Abigail was in the trailer, so we already knew that, okay, she's a vampire and she's going to be killing people. And I felt like they should have had like an element of surprise, like, oh, okay, let's do some jump scares, let's, dead bodies are dropping, oh, so she's a vampire, like, towards the end or the arc, something like that. So, I didn't really like that. As an aspiring writer, what I would have done differently is I would have added a backstory to each character, especially Abigail, because we were just dropped in the middle. So it's like, okay, who was the father? We sort of saw him at the end. Okay, well, who are these low life criminals and crooks? Like, what's their story? Like, they said it in the film, but we didn't see it. So it was like, well, how can we connect to these people? It's like, okay, we see Abigail, how can we connect with her? And how did the main lead actress and then Abigail have this connection? They didn't tie that in, so I would have had backstories to bring everything together. I also wouldn't have revealed Abigail in the trailer. I would have just left that um, for people to see in the movie to realize, oh, okay, yeah. So it's just that. I also would have had my brother. I would have had him, making it at least towards the end, and had him going out in a blaze of glory, like something. I wouldn't have just knocked him off like that. I would have created a better scene. Maybe he tried to save everyone, or maybe he turned into a vampire, or something like that. That would have tied everything together. The way they left it, it seems like it's going to be a sequel to it, so I can see that. I would watch that again, or it can be like a series, like something on Netflix or Hulu, maybe Amazon Prime. So, I really, the movie was pretty decent. That's if you into like vampire and the gore and the blood and people biting each other. If you into that, you will enjoy it. If you're not, you're gonna be like, oh, this is too much going on, too much blood and guts and stuff. But no, so I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. It was something different. So yeah, so I'll be looking forward to the sequel that they're doing. So really enjoyed it. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Please like, comment, and share. And please be on the lookout for more review videos and content coming your way. Remember to stay dreaming, stay creating. See you on the flip side. Bye.